Alright, Nick, when you're ready, left foot all the way down the brake. 3, 2, 1, off the brake. On the brake. Nice. Transition that turn. Looking good. Back on the gas there. Carry that speed. Nice. Heavy on the brakes. Great pace. Looking good. Just like before, you start walking that thing across the circle with a little bit of that momentum. Oh. Just a bit power, a bit too much on it. That's what's going to happen. Go straight across the circle. Puddle. Off that power. Now light power, very light. Keep it there. Very nice. Keep going with it. Very nice. Look at that. Ripping. Good deal. That's what I like to see. Nick, that was awesome. Let's try that same thing again. Let's see a carbon copy of it. On the power, right? A little bit goes a long way. Do me a favor, take the first exit you see on the left. Go straight out of there, you go park at the end of that lane. You'll see me come up in just a second. We're going to roll out of here and get our PSM back on and go hit the handling circuit. Alright, follow me. Little firm brakes, then roll off them. And then drag brake for me all the way into this corner here. And then stay off of it nice and smooth. And then roll back in, just steering wheel line beautifully. That's what I like to see. Big front brakes early. By the time we make it to the turn, we stay off. Eyes right. Eyes on the orange cones coming up. A little bit of brake all the way out to the left side of the track there. And as soon as you see the building, start rolling back in that power for me. And big firm brakes early as we come in. By the time we make it to the turn, we won't need them anymore. We'll use maintenance throttle to get us around the turn. Now vision up that hill. Start rolling in that power. Then drag some brake over the crest. Meanwhile, our vision goes left behind that hidden little blue cone behind that concrete wall. And the rumble on the right and the rumble on the left. Try and straighten that section out. Aim for this red sign. Squeeze brakes all the way out to the yellow. Now vision left. Maintenance through the turn. And as we exit, we start to squeeze back on that power. Very nice work. Eyes right. Hug that one. All the way to the blue cone. Nice smooth brakes. Aim for the yellow sign above the corner here. And then vision to the exit. Nice and smooth as we build that power on the exit. Do bigger brakes earlier here and watch with this turn in. We're going to do a little bit of a later turn in and get right up on that cone to the right. Then we'll push out all the way to the right side of the track here, using up all that pavement we can. Just like before, tug that white line all the way around the corner. So you get to that blue cone, then shift the vision up the hill. Get some of that rumble on the left. Nice. rumble right. Vision down that hill. Try and straighten out this section even more this time and start building that power. We can build all the way to that red sign on the left. Then we do big firm brakes all the way up to the yellow sign.
Hey, Matt, I recorded a video.
That maintenance throttle. Squeeze it back in that power on the straightaway. Very smooth. Hug that white line all the way to the cone here. Then we roll back in that power as we hit that. Very nice work mirroring my line. That vision of the exit of that turn, we're going to come by that cone, squeeze on to the next sector. And remember with this, we're going to do bigger brakes early. By the time we make it to the turn, we do that nice late turn in, get up on that rumble strip, then back onto the next one. Eyes on the building, hammer down. Big brakes. We're going to turn it a little bit later this time, but still hugging that white line all the way around here. Rumble on the left up the hill. And drag some of the brake over the crest. It's going to set us up for that big corkscrew coming up. I use some maintenance throttle down this hill. And then big power on the big straightaway. Vision to the exit. And squeeze on, opening up that wheel. Hug that line all the way around this corner until we hit that blue cone. Then eyes on the orange ones all the way down the straightaway. Carry some maintenance throttle through this section all the way into that brake cone. Nice line, very smooth. Eyes right coming in. Then boom, eyes left as soon as we pass it. Stretch out more to the right here. Nice work. It's going to set us up for this big right-hander we like to call west bend. It's one of the funnest corners on the track, and that one is what we call a late blind apex. You can't really see that blue cone until you're almost 75% of the way through that turn. Eyes up that hill. Just drag light brake over this crest. Get that thing downshift. Then roll on some big old power in the straightaway all the way till you see that red sign. That's when we get on those brakes. Now vision to that exit. Push out all the way to the right here. Very nice. See how that sets us up for this section coming up as well. All we're doing is just mapping out our plan of attack one corner at a time. We stay one step ahead of the car. We never let the car drive us. Nice smooth brake in here. Little brake. Tug it in with some maintenance throttle. Now we've caught up to some slower traffic. I'm going to keep a nice clean gap behind them until we get back onto one of those straightaways. Keep following me with that same gap you're doing. But we got some people just hopping onto the circuit, so we'll have to cool it just a little bit. But it gives us an opportunity to work on the line. Like here, nice turn in, right over that rumble. And then here we open up the wheel as we exit. We push out all the way over to the right, which sets us up perfectly for west bend. Apply too much pressure and scare somebody, especially the third car in that line. These gaps are a little bit bigger than we like to see, so I don't want to make them do anything. Guards red 911 has their eyes up, so we're going to pass them as we get onto the straightaway on the left side. So go ahead, start getting that squeeze back in, let's do it. Fun continues. braking game with the Porsches typically, because the engine's in the back, which is different from 98% of the rest of the cars on the road, is we sacrifice speed going into turns, and the turn will grant us that speed on the exit. And that's when the grip is working in our favor. Eyes on that code, and we squeeze out onto the next section. Nice flying, pushing out all the way to the right there. We're nailing it. Eyes on that building, hammer down. Big squeeze of those brakes as we come in. We stay off and we get right back into that maintenance zone. Eyes up that hill, rolling that power. Drag those brakes over the crest. Do that nice downshift. Just set us up for some heavy power up the straightaway. Squeeze it all the way to the red side. Then brake squeeze all the way to the yellow. We sacrifice that speed coming in, so we're going to get it back on the way out. As we come in here, we're going to start doing our final laps before we do our cool down, and we start bringing it back into the stage. Patient with that turn in. Boom, eyes right. Get up on that thing. And eyes left. Rolling that power. Slowly towards go. Eyes up that hill. On that white line all the way around. Roll back into it. Alrighty, now we're going to start doing our cool downs. Now we're just going to be really nice with the car, get it back down to operating temperature so we don't get yelled at when we bring it back in. Very smooth pace out here. You've definitely had some laps out here in the past, which I can tell from you driving. Nice and smooth. right lane in this straightaway. Stay to the right. Nice job, you were throwing on the hazards for me. Good deal.